Well, hey everyone. I want to say welcome back because it feels like I've been gone a long time. But this is Kim from The Able Gardener, and I'm out today collecting some seeds. Now, I'm a little behind in collecting my seeds this year because I've been really busy for the last, month or so. But it's breezy today, so it's not a really good day for collecting some seeds. But I've got okra here today. And okra seeds, they're heavy. They're just going to fall into my little container here. So the wind doesn't have anything to do with collecting okra seeds. I can just go ahead and get those and fill up a little baggie. So I've got my little, I guess what you'd call is like a seed collecting kit. I've got paper bags, I've got pens, pencils, baggies, medical containers, anything that you would want to put seeds in. And what I'm doing with the okra seeds right now is just getting them in this little, I guess it's like a shoe box, but just so that they won't fly out, I'm collecting them in that today, and then I'll put them in a baggie probably. Now, I had really high hopes for collecting all kinds of seeds out of my garden this year, but that just didn't come about. But I've gotten quite a few flower seeds and vegetable seeds, so I'm not overly disappointed about not getting all the seeds that I had wanted. So let me go put this in the compost, and then I want to just give you a quick update of what's going on in my garden. Well, you guys, it really does seem like it's been a long time since I've seen you, so I don't know if I mentioned I got an extra large load of wood chips and mulch. Now, my tree company that I call, I get put on a list and they will bring the wood chips free of charge. They just dump them off wherever you want them. But what they do is they wait until they have mulch from a disease-free or disease-free trees. So anyway, I got a call one day and I said, yeah, bring me, whatever you've got. And he said, it's an extra large load. I said, well, the more the merrier in wood chips. And it was an extra large load. But I brought it back to this side of the house, my perennial garden, over to this area, anywhere I could put wood chips, all the way up to the front and all around my fruit trees. But I brought it back in my green toter, mostly, my green toter and my little tractor. And then I just dumped it because I didn't really have the time or the energy to level it out. So when you look around my yard, it looks like something's been digging up wood chips and mulch. There's just mounds of it everywhere. But I'm really happy with it. What's different from what I got last year was mostly just large wood chips, whereas this year I've got a lot of mulch in with it. It's almost mostly mulch. So this will be breaking down really fast, and I don't even know if I need to flatten it out, or level it out. But I probably will because I don't know, it just looks funny, all these mounds all through my yard. But anyway, let's go on and I'll show you some other things that are either the same or have changed in the garden. Well, you guys, if you remember the fall potatoes that I planted, I think it's been over 2 months ago, they're starting to produce potatoes. They're really doing well, actually better than the potatoes that I planted this spring. So I think this is the way I'll plant potatoes every year, or I'll just be planting regular potatoes every fall and not planting them in the summertime when it's so hot. They're definitely doing better in this cooler weather. Now, they look a little ratty, but that's because, like you can see here, I've been digging them up and we've been eating them at night. Anywhere from, maybe chicken egg size to bigger. You can see this one's a pretty good size. So I'll just come back here and I'll just gently dig around in the soil. If I find one that is, bigger than a chicken egg, hopefully, then I go ahead and I pull that off and then I push the dirt back, and that's been working well. If I accidentally knock it off, like I did this little one, then I go ahead and take that inside. But what these are Yukon Gold, and that was in the first row, and if I dig in this middle row, what I'll get is Red Norland. So what I'll probably do in just a little while when I turn off the camera is I'll dig some Red Norland from the middle and just mix them together tonight. So those are doing great, and I'm really happy about finding out I can grow potatoes in the fall when it's cooler. Well, you guys, here is my sad-looking vegetable garden. Now, we've had probably 2 or 3 different times where it rained. It rained for a couple of days, sun, raining, sun. So it's just done my tomato plants in. They'll be coming out. They're not really producing any more tomatoes, but the ones that they are, I've come out here and they just don't look good. It's nothing that I want to eat. So the tomatoes will be coming out. But I have gotten a couple of tomatoes where I was able to start a branch down in the ground or in a pot, and now 2 or 3 tomatoes are growing in pots. And I also did the same thing with a few of my peppers. So I have got a jalapeno, Anaheim, and probably a green pepper in pots. And what I'll be doing is taking them inside and be able to have, well, probably at least 1 tomato and 3 different kinds of peppers in the house, in my greenhouse. So that'll be really nice. I did that last year, and I had a tomato for almost all winter long in my greenhouse. It was just a cherry tomato, but that's fine. It tasted good. My 2 chayote plants are still growing, still going crazy, and I've noticed since the last couple of rains that the outer leaves, the last leaves that have been growing, have been a lot lighter colored. They're sweeter too. But this is a great plant to eat. It's a great plant to grow because it has so many chayotes that come on it. I've got a few right here that are just small ones. They're probably about the size of a chicken egg. Once again, the chicken egg. But there are some bigger ones on here, and I'm going to have quite a few chayote. But I'm thinking since it turned colder, I do have a clear plastic sheet that I may just throw over the whole thing just to keep it warmer underneath and to keep it growing. I don't want it to die before I get all the chayote that I possibly can. And here's a nice sized chayote. That's probably about, I don't know, about 3/4 of what a full-size one is. So that's continuing to grow, and they're just hanging all through here. This is the largest plant I've ever grown. Well, you guys, what's new in my front garden or garden and orchard? Just a lot of piles of wood chips. All these just need to be flattened out. They have gotten soaked by the rain, so they're a little bit heavy right now, but before the next rain comes, maybe they'll dry out a little bit. It's 70 degrees today, so it's a really nice day. And then I'll get out here with a pitchfork and just get these just flattened out so that they can dry out a little bit and start decomposing. Well, the front yard is a really hard yard to tape in, being on such a busy street. It's only about 50 feet away, so let's go in the backyard where it's quieter. Well, you guys, bringing us back to the backyard, it's a little bit quieter back here, which is good. I am going to be planting some cold weather plants. Fortunately, I do have a lot of my 6-packs left. They were in my garden shed, and as some of you know, I had my garden shed caught on fire. A lot of my garden equipment went up in flames. It just got all melted together, fertilizers, different things like that. It didn't get this bag of planters, so I have all my 6-packs left, all my 4-inch pots, my 6-inch pots. This would have just been a pile of plastic if it had caught on fire, but fortunately it didn't. I've got my soil that I need to bring over, and my starting soil mix is just just a really mild potting soil, plus it's half and half with a vermicompost. And it's making for a really rich, really nice media for my plants to grow. So I'll be planting my spinach, my kale, my greens, and then just a few more bee flowers, or flowers that my bees really like. It's from a bee collection, so all the seeds in the collection are ones that honeybees are really attracted to and really like. So I'll just leave you guys with that. As for the ending, I'll just shoot you a shot of my honeybee hive. They're a little agitated today, so I don't want to get in there and check them today, but I will be probably in the next few days, and then I'll videotape that. And I'll just leave you with a shot of them. And thanks for joining me today, you guys, on this mini tour, I hope. And take care, you guys. God bless. Bye-bye. And if you do want to grow one, you can probably pick it up at your local, so if you're wanting to grow a chayote, you can usually pick them up at, so if you're wanting to grow a chayote at all, if you want to grow if you ordered, say, one from me, we'd have to pay for shipping, and it's a fairly heavy fruit. I mean, I would say probably 6 to 8 ounces. I don't know at all. I'm just guessing. 8 ounces, maybe 9. I'm not sure.